Okay, now we're going to be treating with Gua Sha pneumonia. And you can use this for a lot of different cough problems. But this is when the cough has really gotten pretty deep into the lungs. And we start again with the top of the head. So if Alexa drops her head, we're going right back on the center line, about a third of the way towards the back of the head. Going about 10 times, then raising the head. And now we're working a little closer on the inside, right above the iris of the eye. So those are the areas on the head. And then we'll go to the back. And here in the back, we want to treat through this part of the spine that innervates the lungs. Also, we're going to work on the outside of the spine as well, really helping the muscles of the upper back relax. Each place I rub about 10 times. And then we turn Alexa back, and we're going to be treating the chest now. Treating down the sternum, and then sweeping from the inside out. So 1, and you could go all the way down to the end of the sternum. We're just going to go here. And then sweeping, there's intercostal spaces, areas between the ribs. Those are the ones I'm aiming for. That's especially important to get this area just a couple of inches outside the center line. And you might see that this area is getting a little bit red. And that's really common. It's actually a good sign that we're invigorating the blood there. And we can also sweep a little bit towards the outside of the chest area. Now we're going to treat around the area of the lungs, the lung channel, which starts here and extends to the thumb. We're going to sweep this area. You know, you can think of the energy from outside coming in and entering the body around the area of the tips of the fingers and the toes. That energy starts to mix with our tissues and move into the body, and the body becomes fleshier and fleshier, and finally ends up at the organs. So we want to make sure that these areas are open. I'm going from the inside here, outside or away from the center, from the bicep, and down to the area around the thumb. Then I'll also turn her hand over and treat a little bit on the top of the forearm. And then we'll do the other side. Again, working from the lungs. So as I'm doing this, I might envision that I'm pulling from the lungs themselves and from the channel. So this area, we want to be gentle. We have a lot of blood vessels here and tendons. Tendons don't like a lot of pressure. So we want to be more gentle in this part of the body. Is that comfortable?
Yes.
Okay. Here, on the top of the arm, it's fleshier. We don't need to be so worried because there's a lot of flesh. and a great capillary system that helps to renew the area. Finally, we're going to do a little bit on the legs. And because oftentimes pneumonia involves the accumulation of fluid in the lungs, we want to help the entire digestive process to transform what we eat into functional fluids and energy rather than something like phlegm. So this helps to treat and get rid of phlegm. So the shin is right here. We're going sort of on the other side of the muscle next to the shin, but not too far out, and just rubbing down. And then the other side. I can also go to the eye of the knee and go down and just a little ways out. It's another way to find that point. Okay, and that's it.